Yeah, it's a bobble hat. Yeah, get over it. I'm in London and it's bloody cold, so style goes out the window at this point. It's 10 to 11. Deadline coming up. I haven't looked to see if there's any leaks this morning. To be honest, made my transfers already. Derby went out to Mbumo much earlier in the week. That was a no, I didn't even think about that. And then last night, pigeons. Last night I made the switch from Watkins to Darwin. I said on late tackle, no brainer for me, I think, because fixtures, the flag on Watkins, difficult fixtures for Watkins for come, and with the money I save, I get Raya in next week. So decision made, that's all done. So yeah, I'm in London, going to go up to the City Ground, of course, for the Everton game and then Raptors event after the match. So I think I'll be there to watch the Newcastle United game, Newcastle versus United game. So looking forward to that. Bit nervous about the game. I'm having to get a National Express coach up to Nottingham because the trains are on strike. The last time I got on a National Express coach, it was to go and see my first girlfriend. Now, it wasn't a couple of years ago, smart ass. But yeah, those trips normally ended in humiliating defeat. I'm hoping this trip goes a bit better for me. Not quite humiliation, but horrible defeat nonetheless. I don't really want to talk about Forest after that. Everton, third clean sheet this season, Brentford, maximum bonus. We'll leave it there, shall we, for that game. Elsewhere, Brentford, the most bought in Mbumo, did alright. The curse didn't strike. He got a return. He got an assist. Was he lucky? I think Ben Mee's header was on target. Quite dubious. But just the 5 points for Mbumo, lost a clean sheet and also went off after 76 minutes. That's the first time this season he's been subbed off. So that perhaps a little bit unlucky because perhaps he could have got more from performance from Brentford, which registered 3.47 XG. That must be their highest of the season. Dominated Luton. I think I heard like 21 shots in the game for them. So Mbumo performed, but for me it's annoying that Gordon delivered again. Unbelievable. He hasn't blanked at all this season at home. 9 returns at home, 5 goals, 4 assists. There he was again on the end of a Trippier assist. We'll talk about Trippier in a minute. Yeah, Gordon just relentless in home matches. He's only got 1 goal, 1 assist away from home, and 3 of the next 4 is away. But he was subbed off. I don't see how he can be rested at the moment. And even when Barnes is fit, he's got to be first choice. Gordon really is someone I've got to look at when it's time to sell Mbumo, I think. So I think he's going to be my fifth midfielder long term, unless I see rotation. But around about 17, 18, I'm going to look at Gordon. I think he got the price rise last night as well, so plenty looking at him. Elsewhere for Newcastle in the 1-0, sixth clean sheet of the season for Newcastle. Trippier got the 12 maximum bonus with the assist. He created 6 chances in the game, the most of any player in the game week. Odegaard matched him with 6. Yeah, it's just impressive, isn't he? That's why you pay the money for him. 12-point return, very handy for me. I needed him after, in fact, he's got 1 point in the last 2 game weeks, so I needed the return from him. Elsewhere, Livramento, incredibly impressive. I don't see how Dan Burn's going to get back in that team. I think that shirt's going to be Livramento's the way he's playing. Out of position, left back, but outstanding again. But defensively, I guess the concern now, Nick Pope picked up a shoulder injury. It was a dislocation, according to Eddie Howe, so that could keep him out quite a while because he's had injury problems before. Dubravka comes into the scene as a 3.9 keeper. Is he going to be a consideration? As you'll hear in a minute, there's another 3.9 keeper that could come into the picture. So all of a sudden, we could end up with a pair of 3.9s in goal. Snow in Nottingham, of course. Odds on a white Christmas slashed. Not sure it'll be a Ben White Christmas though. See what I did there. On the bench, I think he's another defender to have lost his shirt. Tomiyasu in his place, very impressive. Got the assist. Has now started, I think, 4 of the last 4 in Premier League. And if you look at his heat map, we need to look at this in Black Box in more detail. He got forward more on that side than Zinchenko did on the left, which is not what we've seen previously. Really involved, got the assist for the Saka goal, of course. Simple one, but we'll take it. Went off before the goal went in for Wolves, so got the clean sheet. He's blipping on the radar, there's no doubt. And could he be a budget route into that Arsenal defence along with Gabriel instead of going Reyes or Saliba? Definitely got to look at that. Zinchenko, the appeal to Tomiyasu is he can play right or left as well. Zinchenko made the mistake. He got an assist but made the mistake for the Semedo goal. So Tomiyasu could be really, really useful to us if he can rotate with White and Zinchenko. I think the shirt's his own out on the right. Elsewhere, Saka got the goal. That's better from him. 0.32 XGI. I think it was 3 shots, 4 chances created on the day. We'll take that, definitely. A lot better from him. The 3.9 keeper I'm talking about is Dan Bentley. He came on for Sarr, who's got an injury. Looks like a muscle injury. I haven't checked that this morning, but less interest, I guess, than Dubravka because Wolves not as an appealing team. I don't think they kept a clean sheet this season. But even so, the prospect of 2 long-term 3.9 keepers could be very, very interesting. Let's end by talking about Burnley. Charlie Taylor, congratulations if you got Charlie Taylor. I'm looking at you, Andy North. 10-point return for him. It's funny, isn't it, how sometimes these budget defenders, when we play them, when you really need them, they just pull it out of the bag. They pull out a return. 10 points, as I said, a first clean sheet for Burnley against a woeful Sheffield United again. Yeah, pretty predictable. Sheffield United, they're whipping boys, it's confirmed. So what are Liverpool going to do to them in midweek? I'm pretty happy that I'm taking Darwin and Salah into that game because that could get messy. So I end Saturday on 27 points. Green Arrow up to 86k or 89k, I think. Happy with that. 7 players today. Big day today, of course, in the Premier League. I'm heading back to London and then heading back to Sussex. I'll see you after those games. Know what you're thinking? It's not as good without the hat. Well, sorry about that. I had to retire to the shed and finish this week's video in the dry because it's pouring rain outside, and with a quick turnaround, just thought I'd do this Sunday night, get it done. Just watched Match of the Day with the members in Discord, which was painful viewing for me as someone who sold Watkins and got Darwin. Oh, geez. I mean, what do I expect, I guess? At least he's consistent. He basically gave me the experience that he's been giving FPL managers all season, which is him missing lots of chances, recording XGI and not returning. I've only got myself to blame, I guess. But do I regret it? Of course I regret it, but I think with the flag on Watkins, I didn't have much choice. It was a free transfer. I didn't take a hit, unlike Az, so it's not that painful. 9-point difference. I think Darwin could still make that up with the 2 fixtures he's got to come, given that Watkins plays City and Arsenal. I've got to hope, anyway. What else happened today? The Haaland return, 7 points. That could have been a lot worse for non-Haalanders who captain Salah. Just a 7, as I said. He got the booking. He missed a big chance. He could have got a haul, really, on the day. Alvarez caught the eye. I think he recorded 1.07 non-penalty XGI. 7 chances created, more than any other player in the game week. He got an assist. I guess elsewhere in the game, what was to note was Son. Son looked very sharp, scored his goal. He's got that zip back, got that pace back, explosive pace. And I'm glad I've held him. And if you sold him to get Saka, you're going to be worried, I think, with 4 of the next 6 at home. He does go away to the Asia Cup, of course, but even so, he could do a lot of damage over that run, and he looks very sharp. And Spurs keep scoring goals, even though they got all the injuries, keep scoring goals, and of course, nick that late equaliser. Good game. Kind of went to sleep for a bit, though, didn't it? It wasn't a classic for a while. And then when Spurs got the second equaliser, it came alive, and it was, right to the end. Liverpool, Fulham, then apart from the Darwin miss, as I said, Salah, just the assist. 5 chances created, 2 shots, 1.01 XGI non-penalty. Trent was the standout. He got a goal and an assist because it hit the bar and went in off Leno. But 7-9, we're not going to him, are we? We can't afford. I mean, Trent's just not going to be a factor in our season. I can't see it because you go Trippier first. if you're going to spend big in defence. And unless he keeps going crazy like that, I just don't see Trent coming into the reckoning. But he's certainly coming to notice now. He's stronger, and he could yet tempt us second half of the season. We'll have to see. Bournemouth Villa, we've kind of talked about. Watkins only blanked in 3 or 14 now, by the way. So consistent. Was fortunate with the assist because Bailey did all the work. Unai Emery is looking at it and going, how do I get Bailey and Diaby in the same team? Because Bailey looked so sharp when he came on. When he started. First start, I think, of the season since game week 1, I want to say. Diaby came on, got the assist. And I do wonder what Emery's going to do next and whether that's going to be a factor in Cash's chances of starting. He was benched, of course, along with Diaby today. Another player who was benched was Palmer. Much owned, much transferred in going into the game week. Got a knock in training, we believe. That's what came out. And so, precautionary measure that he was benched. Came on just as Chelsea won a penalty that Enzo converted. That would have been very fortunate if he came on and got another penalty. But it was close for a minute. I think he starts at Old Trafford. The other thing to mention from Chelsea is Colwill started back in the team at left back and got a goal. Don't think that'll continue, but at 4-5, he's going to be a factor, I think, now that Chelsea's run from game week 16 really kicks on. So Colwill definitely tempting me as my Chelsea cover. And then finally, West Ham Palace. What's the note there? Kudos, again, turned up. He's returning 3 of the last 4 now. 2 goals, 3 assists. But Bowen back in the team, still probably the favoured option. He was quiet, only 2 shots. Areola conceded. It was down to the defensive error. It wasn't his fault, but West Ham just find a way, don't they, to concede. Absolutely crazy. That's about it, I think, apart from touching on a couple of injuries of note. Gordon, who we talked about yesterday a lot, has a hip injury, but Howe is hopeful about that. Tomiyasu, I spoke about, looks like he could be a doubt for the Luton game. He's got a calf problem. And Matip was injured today, knee injury, and it could be long-term, apparently, from what Klopp's been saying. I do wonder whether that makes Tsimikas more certain to start at Sheffield United, because I don't know if he'll play Gomez and Kanate in that game, given that he's just lost. He's down to just those 2 centre-backs, really, first choice or first team. So that could be interesting. We'll talk more about that and my dilemmas over Dubravka and Raya and a few other things, no doubt, in Black Box, which hopefully will get out tonight. So if you're watching this on Monday, keep an eye out, because Az and I are going to hopefully do a Black Box this evening before the deadline on Tuesday. It's all go. It's madness, isn't it? I'll be back with a full-on walkabout. I won't cut corners and be in the shed, hopefully, weather permitting. Not sure when that'll be, but I'll keep you posted on that. For now, thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.